Hello, I'm Mario and welcome to another episode of my Park Explorer series. So this is episode number 1 for season 2. It's January of 2022 and I'm currently at a Texas state park. So this is Lake Corpus Christi, and right here behind me is what is referred to as, well, I guess they call it the castle, and this building here was completed by the CCC, so that's the Civilian Conservation Corps, and they worked on this, I guess, from 1934 to 1935, and behind it, just in front of the camera here on the other side of the building, is Lake Corpus Christi, which is a reservoir, and so that serves as drinking water for the surrounding area. So just on the other side of this courtyard, we can actually walk down here, and so let's go do that now. So this building is constructed of local sandstone, and I guess they were bringing in some sandstone from, about 20 miles away. They were quarrying it, but then I guess they decided to go ahead and use some calcium that was found in the dirt naturally here, and basically just cast their own stones, and I guess that might have added to the success of the longevity of this building here, which is one of the last standing structures. And so, as I mentioned, the water level did get rather high, and I guess there's some structures here along the banks where the water is actually covering those right now. So the CCC had other projects going on, and those are all flooded. So, but yeah, I guess this is the last one, or at least the last one that I've seen that was built back in the 1930s by the CCC. And there's even actually a little marker here, a little hub that was placed by the, I guess, U.S. Department of Agriculture, it says here. And so I guess they did flood control surveys from this point here. But yeah, let's head on down and see what's at the bottom of these steps here. Well, this really serves as a really nice windbreak. I mean, it's really calm in here. And a couple little pieces of trash found here and there, some graffiti, but it's still an interesting spot. Well, this is really calm right in here. Kind of a neat little spot. So we just came from this direction here, and just beyond this retaining wall is where the building's at. Yeah, looking at it from across the courtyard, it's a nice little building. I like it. I like the feel of it. And I think we can access up there from the, I don't know, there's like a little, maybe not courtyard, but a little observation point up there. Let's go ahead and climb these steps and see what it looks like from up there. Today's a rather calm day. It's not too windy. Temperature's hovering right around 50 degrees. So yeah, midday, pretty nice day. So there's only really a couple of trails to walk on, and I guess you can take your bicycle on them also. Right here, this is the Longhorn Trail. The other one that I want to go out on is the, I think it's Catfish Cove. So there's some places to camp there where there's only water only, so no electrical hookups. But at any rate, there's like a little like a half-mile loop, maybe 0.6 mile loop, and then there's also this one here. And this Longhorn Trail, it doesn't really have much of a destination, but this one here, I believe, is 1 mile. This Longhorn Trail doesn't have much of a destination, but it does kind of connect you to some other camping loops. What really is of interest with this trail is that there is a little place where you can do some bird watching. So I want to show you that little spot. And the other thing is that this trail is relatively flat and the surface is rather solid. So I wouldn't necessarily call it totally accessible, but you know, I mean, you can use your discretion. It's not a hard trail, so definitely be one to bring the family along on. And like I said, you know, if kids had a small bicycle or something, it would be really neat for them to explore. I did make a trip out here previously, and so that's why I wanted to make sure I took the time to share this place with you. One thing I did notice about the trails is that they do have options for park benches. And when I was out here the other day, I actually spotted a deer right here on the trail. And so that was kind of neat. I also saw some javelinas. And actually I saw those when I was on my way walking from my campsite to the castle. And that was interesting because one of the loops is named Javelina. And I was like, why are they naming it that? And then so when I was walking, I saw the, so yeah, you got to be careful with those things. But yeah, here is the actual, the little birding area. So I want to try to stay a little quiet, but this is interesting stuff. This is pretty cool. And so one of my favorite features about this is this blind that they made. And yeah, you can come out here and check out the little area that they made back out here. And I was able to spot a couple of woodpecker species that I hadn't seen before. So that was nice. There's definitely a lot of cardinals. And I spotted a couple other birds also that I'll try to identify. But I really like this area. I mean, it's kind of cool. So there's some like ground doves and other birds that you'll spot in this area. One thing that I've really enjoyed about traveling is getting the opportunity to see different types of birds, because I mean, if you're just in one region, then you're going to be limited to what you can see unless you're, you know, maybe look at migratory birds, you know, out on a seashore or something like that. You know, you can see more species. But yeah, I've really been enjoying it, and I've been, you know, adding different birds to my list. I don't know, I guess I'm a birder. I don't know what it takes to actually be a birder, but I was very pleased to see this little spot here, and I'm really I'm really happy about that. But if you continue down the Longhorn Trail, there's something here that is significant, I think, and it's not tongue-in-cheek or anything. I mean, but there's a bathroom. It's a bathhouse right here. But the reason why I want to mention it is that there's parking here. So you could start your adventure here, you know, go see if you can see some birds, and end it over at the, you know, at the castle. So you could maybe have the castle as a grand surprise for the kids or something. Keep them entertained. The Longhorn Trail, it extends out this way and it continues a little bit further, then terminates over nearby by the dump station. And so there's not too much to see. I mean, but if you keep your eyes out, I mean, you can see wildlife and stuff. And it, like I mentioned, it does connect you up with a couple of the other loops. So I'm going to kind of double back and I want to head over towards Catfish Cove. Now this, I haven't been down there yet, but I understand that there's a little loop there. I think they say it's 0.6 miles. So that's the other little hike that I want to do, and then just kind of share that with you. I don't know, we'll see if there's anything worthwhile to check out. But there are other opportunities to have some recreation here. Obviously, I mentioned you can go out on the lake with a boat. You can also rent a canoe. And one thing that I did notice is that there's a fishing pier back behind me, and I guess there's another fishing pier ahead of me, and you can fish. So I was told this by a ranger. I bought a Texas fishing license, and being a non-Texas resident, what that means is I think I spent like $70. So that's a 1-year fishing license for $70. But I guess, at least this is the way it was explained to me by the ranger. So it's hearsay, do your own research. But they mentioned that you don't have to have a fishing license if you're fishing within the Texas State Park and something that's controlled by Texas State Parks and Wildlife. You're fishing from the shore or a pier. So if you go out on a boat, you need a license. But you can fish from one of these piers or the shore side within the park if you pay your day use fee and you get access to fishing. So anyway, that was pretty interesting stuff. So like I said, there's more to see than what I'm showing you here today. But yeah, let's head on over there to the Catfish Cove. All right, well, I made it to Catfish Cove, and here's a trailhead here. I don't see any parking in this area right here, but there is parking over in that direction over there. There's some parking, and that's actually where the other fishing pier is. I suspect the loop exits here, and this is the entrance. And they said it's 1 mile loop, so I think I said 0.6 miles, so maybe I don't know exactly what the 0.6 is. I must be confused on my mileage. Okay, enter here, exit to my left over there. And this one doesn't seem to be as flat as the Longhorn Trail, at least right here. So maybe when we get closer to the bank, there's going to be some inclines and declines, but yeah, similar type of foliage and views. So let's see what we can find. I didn't get too far into the trail, and I noticed there's different types of plants and shrubs, and I've been seeing this one quite often, and I guess this is a Texas persimmon. I'm just guessing on that one because I looked it up, not because I was going from memory or anything, but I saw that. And also I saw a cactus. It's up ahead here just a little bit. The other thing is they do put signs out for some of the trees and give you some information. So like, for instance, this one here, they're saying this is wild grape. So these vines here, I guess, are the grape. And then over here, there's back in there, there's a cactus. And then a little bit further up here, I guess this is, I was looking at these before, and then so like I said, I looked it up, but there's this like palm tree, but I guess what this is a cabbage palmetto, because it does kind of look like a palmetto, but I guess these are cabbage palmettos. And then yeah, let's continue a little bit further here. I think I can actually see the lake. Yeah, a little peekaboo view. And I guess I'm not sure exactly what it is I'm looking at over there, but I'm going to guess that is Catfish Cove. And as you can see, the trail does undulate, so it kind of goes up and down a little bit, so it's not perfectly flat, but it is solid ground. And yeah, there's some more information signs, and I don't know what these things are, but it looks like some sort of like bamboo or some sort of reed plant. But yeah, all very cool. I think we made it through the first half of the loop, because I'm definitely heading back towards the parking area, towards the Catfish Cove camping area. And yeah, it's nice. I mean, I don't know, there's just, if you look at all the different plants and stuff, there's a lot to see. So if that's your thing, then you might enjoy it as much as I do, I don't know. But I like the park in general. I mean, it's got a lot to offer. It's certainly a very small park, and it's got a lot to offer, and just really cool. And yeah, in fact, here's another view as I'm heading back towards the parking area. Another view of the lake here. So very peaceful, very nice. I'm very content, and I'm happy to take a little stroll in the park. Apparently I spoke too soon, because I guess I wasn't quite at the halfway mark. So this is actually the view. I mean, and I guess you could even do some fishing from right here at the shoreline. You know, I don't know. I don't know how to fish really. I'm gonna try, but that's what it looks like to me. I might try to do something like that. But this is weird. There's a different view here. So this is kind of cool. I was just looking up that way. There's a turkey vulture perched up on a power pole over there. So it's pretty cool. I like it. It's definitely nice to look at. They even have a little bench right down there. You can relax and hang out and look at the lake. I really like this. This is really nice. And I'm looking out and I can see a white pelican over there and a couple other birds flying around. And it's just relaxing. So there's a lot, this place has a lot to offer. And I'm glad to be able to share it with you. I hope you enjoyed this video, and definitely tune in to the next episode of the Park Explorer series. And also I have other videos, other content, so check out the channel. I would appreciate it. And yeah, so I'm gonna close this one out. Everybody, please take care, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.